is enough, and it's time for a change!
Nothing compares to a quiet evening alone. Just the 1, 2. I was just counting on that never happened. I guess I'm dreaming again. Let's be more than this.
Hey, what's up guys? Gilbert Blaze here, back with another video. Yeah, I know. It's been ages, right? I found YouTube again because I gotta talk about NXT. I have been wanting to talk about NXT for such a long time. I've been talking about it on Facebook and Twitter and to all my other friends, but I haven't made any videos on NXT. NXT, since the start of the network, has been pulling out some spectacular live shows, man. I mean, this is the brand to watch. WWE, TNA, although TNA has been getting better, a lot better, but I still think NXT is the show to watch on American television because this is a really great brand full of young people, really hungry, really wanting to succeed, and you know, I gotta say, and I can't believe I'm saying this, you gotta thank Triple H for this because NXT is Triple H's baby. He has nurtured it. He has really taken it to his own, really helping out all the guys and girls that are down there. And I gotta give kudos to him because he is really doing a spectacular job. So NXT had their show Rivals, and I'm going to get through the card really quickly. I'm not going to dwell on it because to me the last 3 matches is what was important on this card because the rest of the card was a lot of filler and it wasn't that spectacular. You know, let's talk about Hideo Itami really quick. Unfortunately, I think, you know, Triple H had like an interview saying that his transition has been really tough. And that's the knock on Japanese wrestlers. When they come to the WWE, it's really hard for them to transition to American audiences. I think the only Japanese guy that's ever really gotten over in WWE was Tajiri. And that's the only reason because he was in ECW and people knew him from ECW. But it's so hard for Japanese guys to get over on WWE. And with Hideo, you know, I think we saw signs of him being Kenta for the first time. I mean, he was doing some good, really strong kicks. And, you know, he was teasing to go to sleep, and I think when he does hit that move, the place is going to freaking mark out and go ape shit when he finally hits that move. But we're seeing signs of him. I think the thing with him is his personality is not shining through, and if they can get the personality going, then I think he's going to be a hit. But it's going to be so hard to see him on our main roster and how he's going to transition because honestly, I think there's a battle between Triple H and Vince. We've seen Bo Dallas and we've seen Adam Rose go to the main roster as how they were in NXT, and they didn't get over. I thought Bo Dallas was actually slowly getting over until he got hurt. Then we get the Ascension, completely kicking ass in NXT, dominating. Then they go to the main roster, they put face paint on them, they start talking about being better than LOD and Demolition and all these other guys, and it's like, what the hell are you doing to these 2 guys? These guys were great in NXT, and now you completely changed them to how they weren't in NXT. And now how are they going to go over? So I think it's a struggle with Vince. I don't think Vince is really like too keen on these NXT guys. I don't think he's like really wanting to give them a chance. Whether it's him or some other people behind him, who knows? But I just see there's like a struggle behind the scenes with this. And I'm almost worried to see other guys go to the main roster like Aaron Neville and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens if he gets that chance, and Sasha Banks, and like how are they going to get treated when they go to the main roster, right? So Hideo Itami, he's slowly getting there. I think they're really shocked that Finn Balor has kind of like surpassed him on like every level in terms of charismatic and ring presence and just showmanship in a sense. I mean, they thought probably Kenta was going to be the guy that was going to skyrocket, but Finn Balor completely, you know, being who he is. Anyone that knows Finn Balor, they've seen him wrestle for years and years. The guy is a boss. I mean, he's a prime-time player. He's a big-time impact player. He was in New Japan. Everywhere he went, he has his presence to him, and he's definitely showing it more and more. But hopefully Hideo Itami will get over, and I really, really want to see him succeed because Kenta, as you all know, is a fantastic, phenomenal wrestler that Daniel Bryan bit off of and CM Punk bit off of. A lot of his movesets, and for those of you who don't know, now you do. I'm not going to even talk about Bull Dempsey and Baron Corbin because that was a shit fest. How the hell was that a no disqualification match? You would not even know if that was. And I feel bad for Bull Dempsey because he definitely has the old school brawler look. But there's no way in hell Vince and whoever up there in the main roster is going to allow that guy to come into the main roster looking like that and trying to go over with that look. It's not going to happen. I think Triple H really has an affection for the old school looking type of guys. But I don't see Bull Dempsey ever making it big in WWE, and that's a damn shame because I think the guy, even though he's got some size on him, he's got some ability to him. And here he is working with stiff board himself, Baron Corbin. Now don't get me wrong, the kid is young and he's learning. Great look, great presence. Who does that remind you of? Roman Reigns, and we all know what's going on with that right now. The kid got a lot to learn, and when he does, grasp what he needs to do, because he needs some ring presence, because to me, he's just so robotic in the ring, and he's kind of clunky, and he needs more ring presence, right? So enough with that. Tag titles. Blake and Murphy, I really hate how they made them win the tag titles. Who the hell was these two guys that just completely came out of nowhere and beat the Lucha Dragons? When you got the Rob Villains, who's been great, Enzo and Big Cass, who's been fucking over. You got so many other tag teams there that's been doing great, and then they give the tag titles to Blake and Murphy. I just don't understand that. Now, it looks like the Lucha Dragons might be done because they haven't done a job lately, and it's like, what's going on? Kalisto is the perfect example of how he can easily be the next Rey Mysterio, because guess what? He speaks very good English, and that is so fucking important because they get these Latin guys that don't fucking speak English, like Mystico, who sucked at Sin Cara, and he was horrible. Hunago has been doing a great job at Sin Cara, but unfortunately in this match, both Kalisto and Sin Cara was off their game. They were like kind of like botching some moves here. Something wasn't clicking. It was like probably the worst match they've had as a tag team. But Kalisto, man, if he gets into the main roster, do not take the mask off him. Let him do his shit. He will go over. He will have the Latin market in the palm of his hand. He will be fucking awesome. Kalisto is the real deal. The guy is a great luchador. So now we get to the three matches that stole the show, that made the show what it was. Okay, number one contendership match for the NXT heavyweight title. Adrian Neville, Finn Balor. Once again, Finn Balor came out with kind of like the Venom look that he had at the last show. I thought he was going to switch it up and have something different. I'm fine with that. The presence that he has, the music fits the character. He knows how to work the crowd. He was working the camera. The dude is a star. He's money in the bank, quote unquote. The guy is a star, and man, he knows how to capture a crowd. People were saying that maybe he might become like the next Jeff Hardy. I don't want to see him be the next Jeff Hardy. I want to see him be the next Finn Balor, because we all know Prince Devitt is the real deal. And I'm still shocked that they even hired Prince Devitt to be in WWE. Good for them. This man is the real fucking deal. He can go in the ring. He has the charisma. Now, the mic skills, I do see him with mic skills. Maybe a lot of people don't see it yet, but watching his New Japan stuff and all the other stuff that he's done, he's got some great mic skills. I mean, the guy can be heel, he can be face. Put him in the ring with someone great, and he's going to freaking have a phenomenal match. I'm a little worried, though, when he goes to the main roster, what's going to happen to him, because once again, he's small in stature. He doesn't have the WWE look, but the body paint, if done right, is going to get him over and make him, like, they were even comparing him, like, the commentators to, like, an Undertaker entrance. That's a big entrance to live up to. To have that kind of intimidating entrance is really phenomenal. And I got to say, this match was incredible. It started off very slow, but it built up. It told a great story. The ring psychology was great. Adrian Neville, I don't know what else the guy can do. The man is having phenomenal matches, one after another. The guy can go in the ring. This guy can have like an Iron Man match easily. The man is in such great shape. Like, the cardio on this dude is amazing. Now, there was like this rumor that he might have some kind of Mighty Mouse gimmick. And if that's true, man, put a gun to his head right now and blow his brains out, because that would be fucking hideous if they put him in a stupid Mighty Mouse gimmick. The kid can go, and he can do so many phenomenal moves off the top rope. And if he stays healthy, he can be super over. I mean, they got so many guys in NXT that don't have the size. They're not tall. They're short. But this is the direction that WWE needs to go to. I mean, the days of the big, tall looking monster, the big, tall, muscular dudes, those days got to be over. And Vince needs to wake the fuck up and realize that, because guys that are 5'10" and lower are running the wrestling business right now. So Adrian Neville, Finn Balor, Hideo Itami, all these smaller guys, they're going to take over the WWE if given the right push and the right momentum. Great, phenomenal match. Finn Balor wins with a double stomp off the top rope. He's indeed the number one contender. It should be interesting to see what's going to happen next with that. And then we have the women's match. You all know how big of a women's wrestling fan I am. I love women's wrestling, and I have fluctuated with women's wrestling over the past few years, because I have been watching Summer off and on, but it kind of lost my attention. And the main roster divas fucking suck. They're not given a chance to have a fucking 10-minute match. The way they book their matches on the main roster is shit fest central. So I feel bad for Paige and Natalia. And who else can go in the ring? I mean, to me, Naomi is fluff. All she does is high-flying moves. There's no filler to her. She needs a lot to learn. Alicia Fox, God forbid, been in WWE for like 9-10 years, and she's still sloppy as hell in the ring. Rosa Mendez, a fucking joke. The Bella Twins, fuck both of them. I mean, it's just horrible. But all these NXT girls, they can easily take over. But the one thing that I worry about them is their look. Because we all know when it comes to divas, they got to have a supermodel, Barbie doll, sweetheart kind of look. And, I'm hearing reports that Charlotte doesn't have that look, and Sasha Banks don't have that look, and Bayley might be like the next AJ. But, the thing is, these girls can go in the ring. Sarah Del Rey, for those of you who don't know, has been training the females in NXT, and Sarah Del Rey is a phenomenal wrestler. I don't know if she still wrestles now. I don't think she does anymore, which is a damn shame, because Sarah Del Rey was a fucking talent in that ring. And if she's booking those women's matches in NXT, I would love to give her a big hug, because she's letting them go. Triple H is letting these girls go in the ring. They're developing their characters. They're giving a chance on the mic. They're fucking having more than 10-minute matches. These girls are going in the ring, and Sasha Banks winning the title, well deserved, well fucking deserved. She earned that shit. She has worked her ass off, and I'm so happy for her. I loved her post-match interview. She got out of character. It was a wonderful moment. Sasha Banks is the real deal. Charlotte, she hasn't been wrestling for that long, and she's picked up wrestling like that. She got it in her blood. The woman is good. And I'm telling you, man, these NXT girls, I am fucking loving this, and it's making me want to, love women's wrestling again. I fucking love it. So let's talk about the main event. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. For those who knows their history, you didn't really need too much of a big build-up to this match, because everyone knows their history. For the WWE marks that don't know their history, I would suggest you go on YouTube or look up some videos from ROH to see what these two guys have been through over the years. This match was really booked right. Some people may have had a problem with the ending. I didn't personally, because they booked Kevin Owens as this sadistic, horrible, mean monster brute that will do anything to get to the top, that will do anything for his family, that will do anything, excuse me, to be the champion. And I kind of like that Sami Zayn now is going to chase back to get the title, because I'd rather see Sami Zayn chase for the title, because the man knows how to get emotions out of the crowd. The crowd is in the palm of Sami Zayn's hand. He knows how to provoke emotions out of people, and it's better to see the babyface chase after the big monster heel. they made reference to Kevin Owens being like the Brock Lesnar NXT, and that's a perfect analogy because Kevin Owens, I mean, wow, in 2 months, Triple H has shown a lot of faith in him. Kevin Owens is the real deal, man. Put a mic on him, give him a chance to shine, and he's going to prove to people that the look don't mean shit because the guy can go in the ring and he can talk and he can do his thing and he can create interest in wanting you to hate him or love him. The guy is gold. He's money, and I hope Vince can see that opportunity and see that spark in him and realize that he may not have the look, but he's got everything else going for him. This show was great. The last 3 matches what made this card phenomenal, and I really do suggest everyone to watch NXT more because you got to give these guys credit. These guys and girls are kicking ass. They're fucking sweating, busting their chops to improve in the ring and get noticed and want to go over. And the main roster wrestlers got to watch their ass because these guys are hungry. Those main roster people need to step up their fucking game, like straight up. So this is my review of NXT Rivals. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know, as always, feedback is always important. I want to hear your comments, folks. Let me know what you all think. Talk to you guys later.